flying.
Oh, actually, we're live. So,
We're
so
flying
welcome.
live.
What?
We are flying live. Flight
Yeah,
live.
and fly light. Yeah, and it's a light flight.
We're just
Hi,
having
I'm Dr. Helen Gitlovich, and this is Rachel Silver, and we're both certified facilitators of access consciousness that was created by Gary Douglas and co-created with Dr. Dane here. And if you're curious, you can go to accessconsciousness.com right there at the bottom and find out more about it. And also, if we use a clearing statement, it's on the clearingstatement.com.
and on the Access website also. So, I mean, they can find it anywhere if they
Right. And you can also go to Rachel's website, my website, which is like you can find out in Linktree. I think we have both of
Yeah,
them
we
scrolling
do.
somewhere.
Hold on, right there. Ha. All they have to do is go to linkter.ee/, and either Dr. Helen Gitlovich or Rachel Silber, and they can find us with ease too.
Yeah.
How does it get
So
better
the
than that?
light and the
Light,
miracles.
miracles, action, baby.
Exactly. And yes, our life is a movie set. And yes,
Yes, that's so popped. When we were just chit chatting yesterday, it just really popped.
mhm, yeah, because this is all. How much did we make everything real when it's just another movie or another play in long series of lifetimes?
We make it a plague rather than a play. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, part of it is addiction to suffering. That's what I learned.
Yeah,
And
there seems to be a
even the
really
holidays.
need for that,
Yes.
especially around the holidays. It's like holidays means suffering, or holidays, closeness to family means abuse and suffering. And it's not the case. But so many people
No.
choose that.
But it's actually about enjoying life. But so many holidays is about we suffered and now we can eat. That's one of them.
Or we have to
What?
give other presents, or
Or
whatever
we have to give
the holiday
presents or
tour is, in your
yeah.
celebration, your way of doing it. So
So what if we
it's a
stop
little different.
suffering and enjoy? Like Hanukkah, it's a holiday of lights, right?
Well, it's actually a holiday of miracles. The entire Jewish month of Kislev is dedicated to miracles, because it's about being willing keyword, to be a miracle and to be a light that then Hanukkah, as opposed to other holidays in the Jewish calendar that are more private or more, it's between you and God, or you and whatever's going on. Hanukkah is very public. It's about spreading light. And what's consciousness? Spreading lightness. And
Mhm.
so there's a lot of, the more we're willing to be the light, the more we're willing to know that we know and to truly be us, the more we invite more of that light into the world as well. In Hanukkah, that's what we do. We add lights, we never diminish.
Yeah. It's about really letting go of our concept of this reality as something solid in some ways.
Well, yeah. Anything
And
really solid, when you add fire, light, kind of goes mostly, it gets destroyed, you know?
yeah, the solidity of the firewood turns into the energy of heat.
Mhm.
And how much are we unwilling to be burned by the desires, be burned by the light, and create something different? I'm looking right now and I'm fascinating because I have little crystals on the windowsill. And right now it's a sunny day, surprisingly enough, in Chicago, which is kind of like creates a little darkness in the room. But um, it reflects off those little crystals, making it in a different colors.
Little rainbows dancing through your room.
Exactly. And how much are we blocking that light by our barriers
Or definitions or points of view about how things have to show up.
and the
That's
answers?
yeah.
And all that search for the right answer, for the right conclusion, for the right choice, even, it's creating that solidity where the light cannot even shine.
No. And the thing is that that's the light shines through in so many different ways. You have the crystals that are hanging there. How often does the light reflect and refract through raindrops that are, that are landing on our window or on our windshield or on our skin if we happen to walk outside in the rain? The nature gifts in so many different ways, and when we dictate, this is the only way I'm willing to perceive it, this is the only way I'm willing to receive it, how many miracles do we actually eliminate because we're not willing to be the openness that can nurture them, invite them, receive them, be grateful for them? And what else is possible if we'd be willing to actually begin to explore?
And I'm glad you say that opening, because when things are solid, there is that story about the guy that heart was broken and then put back together. It never was the same way because it had holes in it.
Yeah.
But those holes actually allowed the light to go in.
Mhm.
So, how much are we unwilling to have our heart broken, unwilling to take chances with relationships, with money,
With
with
ourselves.
ourselves, with love and
Yeah.
gratitude? Like, how much are we unwilling to love just because of the fear of being hurt?
And how much are we already creating the being hurt in advance and creating the separation in advance by having the point of view that we're going to be hurt or we're going to be disappointed or
Mhm.
something quote unquote bad is going to happen, rather than, like a kid. I had a conversation with someone earlier today, and it was this willingness to be a kid again, to be a brand new being that's showing up on the planet and willing to just be curious and playful and receive everything that is, and in just total awe and wonder. And to me, the holiday of Hanukkah, for example, which we're celebrating now, and we're lighting candles each night to celebrate miracles, and we're adding another candle each night to keep growing the light and the miracles. That's all about awe. Seeing the awe, being awed by life, by living, by the universe, by everything that's around us and everything that's there, if we're just willing to look beyond all of those kind of projections and expectations and
Mhm.
disappointments and
Yeah.
points of view and other stuff that we've been using to eliminate and
Yeah.
eradicate anything that could be showing up as a miracle.
And Christmas, like, look at the Christmas. It's also the holiday of miracles, too.
Yeah.
The Santa and the presents and all of that. It's a holiday of miracles as well. It's no wonder they're kind of coinciding. Usually they're closer together. Right now, Hanukkah is in the beginning of December and Christmas at the end, but still, it's about magic in our lives
And lightness and
and
being
lightness
to
and
be
light
in the
and
dark.
action, not reaction, but actual action.
Yeah.
And I love that on Christmas, there is always showing the movie It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, I saw that recently with my
Yeah,
parents. Love that movie.
I love that movie. And it's actually about the disappointment should not stop us from being us because each one of us is magical and miraculous.
What's really, really cool, both that and another book that I read recently, which, by the way, I really wanted to tell you to read it. um, highly, highly recommend it. It's called The Midnight Library by Matthew Haig. I'll WhatsApp it to you afterwards.
Thank you.
But anybody who sees it here, it's, you have It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart, and I forgot the lady's name, Donna something or other, I think.
Mhm.
Um, Phenomenal movie, and it shows you the gift that you be in the world, the miracle that you be by being you in the world, and how the world would not be the same without you in it. And then you take that. Now, I'm not going to give anybody spoilers because I highly encourage y'all to read the book. But when you read The Midnight Library, you see a similar unfolding, and the whole quest of explorations throughout the book of this whole discovery process of being and who you be and the choices that you make, and what path do they lead to. And choice creates awareness. So never the other way around. When we choose something, we get the awareness of what that creates, whether or not we actually take the next step and act on it. The mere choosing energetically is an action in and of itself. It begins the wheels of the universe, moving and shifting and turning. But that exploration in the book is being willing to begin to sense, to perceive, to receive the gift that we uniquely, our own special
Uniquely, each one is unique.
totally brings to the world, and how truly everything changes around us when we're willing to begin to relish that. And to me, that's the greatest miracle, is relishing the gift that we be, relishing the choices that we make, relishing our ability to choose, relishing that the universe is constantly gifting, relishing all of that. It's just so magical to me.
Mhm. I am actually like, the Supergirl, the show that's on TV, and I've been watching. I think it's a season 6 now, and I loved the episode that I was watching right now. The evil characters took those little stones of hope, courage, and like the 7 major things that makes us what we are, the magic and miracles, and we're depleting humanity of those things, the courage, the and
It sounds to me
yeah,
what's going on the last couple of years.
exactly. Um, and what the Supergirl did, instead of fighting it with force, she spoke to all the people in the world about how magical and miraculous they are and what the gift they have. And I loved her words when she said, I thought that I have to save each one of you, but it's about you taking your courage, your hope, your humanity, and fighting for yourself. And what's interesting, it was about magic, breaking down the walls and barriers for the people to hear the message.
Mm, mm.
And it was such an amazing way to see how people actually did take control of their lives and how it depleted the stones in the hands of the evil characters. And
Because
they
it
were,
isn't the stone that's the source of the magic, and it isn't
no,
the stone that's the source of the miracles and the possibility. It's the people's choice.
exactly. It's the people actually recognizing that they are miraculous that help to defeat the evil in the world. So, what if we, each one of us, start recognizing that spark of magic, that
Mm,
spark of miraculous that we all are? Each one of us, the being of light, just like those candles in Hanukkah
yeah,
or candles everywhere in the world, starting to be grateful for our lives,
yeah,
even if it's a movie.
yeah. Even if it's
It's a game. If
it's
it's
a
a
game, or
game,
it's whatever you want to call it, it doesn't make any difference. It's no bigger than any of us, and we don't
no,
have to give it so much more potency and strength than our willingness to choose. Just like that evil Knievel in the episodes of
Supergirl.
Supergirl,
Mhm.
where you have you have this one force that's shouting, that's louder, that's pretending that
Mhm.
it's going to be the one that's changing everything, that's going to take control. You and I have done plenty of out of control clearings um to be able to see, you know there's
Yeah,
something else that's available. And if
yeah,
I can remember, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Kim.
Thank you, Kimberly. If you remember to get out of the space of comparing, it helps you appreciate the magic of your uniqueness. And beyond that, just the magic that you be, just your very being, your very willingness to get up in the morning and go, hey, what do I know here? What's my reality? What would I like to choose? What would be fun for me? That's a miracle unfolding.
Yeah.
That's a miracle that's shifting and changing the world, because without your ask that's out there, the world can't keep expanding. Without your willingness to perceive and to receive, to know that you are a miracle and a magical being, just by your very showing up on the planet. There's less in the world when you're not being you. There's more in the world when you keep being you and you're asking. Everything expands in response to you.
And when we step out, because comparing is another reaction, it
Yeah.
is a reactive mechanism. It's a programming that are there to control us, to create those walls of separation. If we stop comparing, if we stop, it's another way of judging in a way.
Yeah.
So what if we stop judging and actually see
That's
ourselves?
not allowed, Helen.
Ah, what?
It's not allowed.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
They have to
Not
keep
in this reality. But what if this reality is actually so small that we don't have to even recognize the law of this reality and go beyond it? Let's do expansion.
What if the rules don't apply? If
Yeah,
we're going, the rules don't have to apply. The limitations, the stories, the angst, the contraction isn't who we be.
yeah.
And we have a choice at every moment to be and to choose and to see other possibilities in the world. And it's really interesting. We were playing with dreidels the other night, the spinning tops. Hanukkah is not about dreidels, even though we have the song, I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. And yes, we do play with it, but that was actually done to distract the Greeks, who they banned the study of Torah. And so the kids would whip out these little spinning tops and pretend to be playing games when the Greek soldiers were passing by. That's where the dreidel came from. But we were playing dreidel the other night when we lit the candles, and I can no longer remember the point of my story. So I'm going to shut up now. But we had fun.
And what if there is no
Oh,
point? What if it's just bringing, what if nothing in our lives is nothing but a story?
yeah.
And we don't even have to finish it. If the story doesn't make any sense, what if we can stop and choose something different?
But
What if
what was
that,
really funny with that? The stopping and choosing something different. No, keep going with that.
okay, I lost my train of thought, but and that's the beauty of it. What if it's not wrong when you choose something different? What if not wrong that the story that you've been engrossed so heavily and made it so vital, so
Yeah.
real, is actually just another story that you can just rewrite or put it away and say, okay, I don't
No.
like that story. I don't like that movie. Let me turn a different channel now.
Well,
And
how many people are committed to having to finish that story or that movie or that book or the whatever choice they've made because they chose it? So they feel like they have to.
right, what? But that's not a choice. That's actually a decision and a
Yep, an
judgment,
obligation.
an obligation. A choice is just a choice. It's only good for maybe 10 seconds, maybe a day, maybe a year. What if you look at everything as another possibility?
I like that.
So what if we chose and that choice created a story that might not create more in our lives. And you look at that and say, okay, I've liked that story for a while, but now what will I choose?
Yeah.
How does it get any better than that? What else
Correct.
is possible? That question can change anything. And I love what you had it on the screen, and now it's back on the screen right here, right now.
How does it get any better? What else is possible? What do you know? What can you now choose?
Yeah.
And
And
what can
let's
you
do it together. Let's do it
be
together.
chosen for?
I wanna bake it. I wanna bake it. Let's look at everything that's going on in our world right now. Um, and just ask, how does it get any better than that?
Better.
But not from the space of like
Not
definition
judging or resisting or being mad at what is, or,
or having a point of view. Just like a child, just drop your barriers and just ask, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better
does it
than
get
this?
any better than this? And what else is possible we've never imagined before?
What else is possible now?
What else can we choose? What else is possible? How does it get any yummier, any better, any easier, any funner than that?
And what do you know that can create something different?
Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles. I don't know.
Yeah,
We all have that in us. So how
how
does it
does
get?
it get any better than that? And how many more miracles can we actually be and see and do instead of ignoring that? Ev- what if every moment is a miracle? Like, think about that. How miraculous is even this Facebook Live? How much it took, like having a computer, having a camera, connecting to the internet,
Yes,
connecting to
we have
Rachel.
connection.
Yeah, connecting to Rachel, sitting here, having a desk, having a house, and actually be able to speak. Think about even our vocal cords, our bodies, the miraculous body that allows us to talk, the miraculous brain that ears, but the brain itself. Think about how many like neurons has to communicate to create what I am talking right now, what Rachel is talking about, and how many neurons it takes for you to hear it, to hear the message, to understand. Even if you don't speak the language, you still might understand it because it's energy vibration and the brain hears that. So, how miraculous even that? Yes, you would say, oh, it's science and we can explain it. Yeah, but
Doesn't mean it ain't a miracle.
exactly. Think of this body being born from just two cells that connected to each other
And had a party.
and had a party.
Literally a
And
party.
magic and miracle has been created. You, me, Rachel, Kim, Yelita, all of us. I'm just saying your name because I saw the messages and I love people to show
We're not
up.
leaving anyone out here.
And anyone that's watching us now and in the future, and all your names, and all of it is miracles, light, and action.
Beneath that, Helen, is the willingness.
Mhm.
If we don't have the willingness to acknowledge that, the willingness to see that, the willingness to allow that, the willingness to celebrate that, then we can't have more of it in our lives. But the moment that we do, the moment we're willing to be the miracles, to be the light, to choose lightness, whatever delights us. Look, the word is in there too. Whatever is light and delightful spreads. Just this enthusiasm for living and for breathing and for being and for everything. When we're willing, that is such a gift for everyone around us. It's such a gift that expands everything.
Yeah,
And when
and the
we're not,
opposite is, yeah, and the opposite is when we don't acknowledge, when we are not being that, when we contract, that's when evil wins. What if we actually be the miracle, depleting, not fighting evil,
no,
not getting more power against, and not defending against, not resisting it, but just be the magic and the miracles and lightness and delight that depletes evil. Because evil is nothing more than unconsciousness and a darkness. If you shine the light, darkness, as Einstein said, darkness is the absence of light.
and
That's
that's why we add more candles in Hanukkah. That's why Christmas trees and holiday lights are up, in order to add light to the darkness, to the shortest days of the year. In terms of so many of the different holidays that involve light at this time of the year, as people recognize darkness is the absence of light. How much more light can we choose to have and to be?
same with evil. Evil is the absence of consciousness, absence of light. You cannot fight evil because it's it's just a void. So if we become the light, if we actually, well, not become because we already are, if we acknowledge it and recognize the lightness and the light of us, it will just cease to exist. But it has to be every single one of us, or at least enough of
Oh,
us.
wait. It has to be us. Remember, being us without hiding. The thing
Mhm.
is, we're being us. And this is actually something with, we didn't have our little Hanukkah banner up. I'm going to stick it up now just for shits and giggles. We had it last year when we did something, and it was just so out there. It probably is some people, but I freaking like it. You know, when we see that we're not hiding, we don't have to hide. How many times have we had to hide who we are, our difference, our um, being someone different? You grew up in communist Russia. Being a
Mhm.
Jew in communist Russia was a mm, 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 mm,
Oh, oh, not allowed. You're
not
not
a
allowed to do anything except contract and be the tiniest so nobody can notice you, nobody can step on you.
well.
And
In this reality, like even the United States and other places, how many Jewish people do you know who just, even Adam Sandler? I love his Hanukkah song. It's funny as all heck. Saturday Night Live, it's great. He's
mhm,
even got like four versions of it, but it's all about comparing to Christmas. It
yeah,
isn't the same thing. It's an entirely different kind of a holiday. They both happen to have light, and they both happen to be more or less, in the winter time, but they're
and
entirely
magic and all of that. Yeah.
different. And it isn't about one's better, one's worse. It's just the difference, the gift that we be, each of
And what
us.
if each one of us, just like those holidays, are so unique and we can bring those gifts together
Yeah,
instead of separate? It's actually interesting. When we just came to this country, our first Hanukkah, Christmas, we had sponsors, like a family who helped us to know the culture, to kind of like adapt, like language, everything. And they invited us to the celebration, and their family was so international, so global. They had a Christmas tree, a Hanukkah, because it was at the same time.
yeah.
The Hanukkah and Christmas was it was day 4 of Hanukkah, and it was Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, when they invited us, and it was such a gift to celebrate both at the same time. There was no judgment. There was no, oh, you're better or worse, because it was interesting because um, the husband and wife were Jewish. Their kids, one was married to a Muslim, one was married to a Christian, and one was actually married to a Hindu.
I love that. Talk about a mishmash.
Yeah, so, and everybody was together and nobody was arguing and nobody was talking that. kind of like one is better than the other. We just celebrated all of it, all of the magic we are.
Yeah.
Because the more we
That's
celebrate,
the joy of being willing to be yourself. And
yeah,
you added a phenomenal word there with the celebration. Most people are not willing to see every day as a gift and a celebration. And they're not willing to see every person as a gift and a celebration. I'm personally so fucking lucky to have you as my closest friend and the person that I, you know, reach out to for so many different everything. I mean, like
mhm.
literally everything.
Yeah,
And
me too.
it's so much ease and so much fun. And you celebrate me celebrating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's generosity of spirit, being willing to celebrate for and with someone else, whatever it is that they happen to be celebrating.
Mhm.
And really relishing that. And so many people do more of the if it doesn't fit what I've judged as right and true and real and the right way to be, then that doesn't count. No, in celebration, everything's an excuse for a party. Everything is expanding and growing.
What if we just celebrate ourselves? And I know we celebrate birthday once a year, we celebrate Hanukkah once a year, we celebrate Christmas once a year, Independence Day, whatever the holidays are, they each one day or 8 days or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it
What,
happens to be in
yeah,
the
it doesn't matter. What if each day was a celebration of who we are?
a celebration of being. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now we have a Being You Day,
Yeah.
May 2nd, which is a celebration of being you. But what if every day was celebration of being you?
Well, when it was something that I when I saw with the Being You Day, and when people say happy birthday, sometimes they'll say happy B Day,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
B dash day as a
Hmm.
shortcut because birth is just so long to type. But I call it B Day, BE, Happy Being You, essentially, day, not just May 22nd, but Happy B Day every day. And every day is a celebration, and it doesn't have to be only one time a year or only on, special occasions. What if every moment of every day is a special occasion?
I just got something
Mm,
because think about it. When we sleep, one of the ways of describing it that when we go to sleep, we almost like die each night. And
yes.
in the morning, when we wake up, we're being reborn again, right? So that's actually each day is a birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
It's
realized that it's a
yeah,
birthday. Each day is a
every single
birthday.
day. Yep. And then in Judaism, that's actually why they say the Modani prayer, the gratitude prayer that they say
Mhm.
every morning. Sometimes I do. My alarm is set to that, but it's just the gratitude, the awesomeness that you see the world with. And every day becomes a day of celebration. Everything becomes a special experience, a different experience, something that's not to be dismissed.
Mhm. So let's celebrate that. Let's not compare us to other people because we're so unique and we are born every day and we are born every year. And even if we make mistakes, even if the other day was not the greatest in our lives, what if the new day is a new possibility, new opportunity, new everything? And be just grateful that the sun is shining. And even that I don't have any more water to drink.
And even though my husband and my daughter are dancing over there,
Yeah, I
let me
can
put
always
space.
go and refill my glass. So,
Yeah.
what if the glass is never empty?
Yeah.
What if the
Well,
glass,
it
even if
has
it's
stuff
empty,
in
we can
it.
always fill it up with joy?
Yeah. and air
Miracle.
and anything else
And
that's
anything
around.
else.
There's always possibilities. And I love the quote from Albert Einstein that I put under this. There are
Mhm.
two
Oh,
ways
I
to
need
live
to.
your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other as though everything is a miracle. And that's your being willing to be awed by life and living, by the universe, by possibilities, by amazing friends that inspire you to greater, and that celebrate you, by yourself and your body and your
Mhm.
life and everything that you've chosen up to now that has brought you right here and right now to be able to expand beyond your wildest dreams.
Yeah.
And it comes when you recognize it. And you
Mhm.
don't need to wait for someone from the outside to do something for you. When you
Mhm.
recognize that you are the light and that you are the miracle, that you are the magic, you become the catalyst that transforms everything around you. Kind of like Supergirl said.
Yeah.
Mm,
And so grateful for each one of you that watching it now. Thank you, Rachel, for being with me here. And I guess that's a good place to kind of like say good. See you later. Not goodbye, but see you later.
alligator. Yeah. Yeah. And to just keep celebrating and keep spreading more light. How much more light can we be and choose today? Every
I
day.
wonder. I
I
wonder.
wonder. Thank you so much, Helen. And thank you, everybody. And we see you soon.
Sometime, somewhere, right? So,
Bye.
if you speak Russian, I'm doing a book club on Right Reaches for You in Russian, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you can join a group in Russian and a Telegram, which we can put
Is it in your link tree that
not
I just
yet, but it will be.
put? Then people can actually sign up. And I'm doing every day um, energetic, I would say, they're sort of energetic explorations, but I also play with pulling energy in it. So it's energetic explorations in the space of possibilities group. And also there's a Zoom link that is on the link tree that you guys can
Yeah.
follow.
And we both are doing foundation starting December 17th.
December 17th, and it is on at least my link tree has a button for it for
Yeah.
people to.
I'll add it. I'll add it.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Me and technology, me and social media is maybe not on such a friendly terms as I would like it to be.
Well, what else is possible?
And how does it get any better than that?
I wonder, where do we have it? There you go. How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? How much more ease can we have with every choice that we make, including technology or social media? And what else?
So thank you, Rachel, and thank you everybody that's watching us and will be watching later. Mwah.
Arrivederci.
Bye.